Hi, my name is Sarah Shealer, and today I will be telling you a little bit about Henry Fuseli's painting, The Nightmare, for my class Art of the Western World. Before we begin looking at the painting, let me give you some background information and a little bit of review. The Nightmare is an oil painting created during the time of Romanticism. Romanticism, a literary and artistic movement that began in the 1800s, emphasized the intensity of emotion and imagination, as well as a rejection of rationalism. Artists in the Romanticism period didn't want you to think about their works, they wanted you to emotionally respond to them. Romanticism acted as a response to neoclassicism, which also occurred during the 18th century, and featured a more serious moral message. Neoclassicism was born from the Enlightenment, a period of scientific, philosophical, and political innovation. The Nightmare, painted in 1781, features a woman dramatically laying on her back. It is implied that she is sleeping, but she is positioned in a way that is almost sexually suggestive. She is wearing white clothing, which aids in illuminating her as the center of the piece and also symbolizing her innocence and purity. The brightness of her clothing and her skin contrast the dark red and black of the background, creating a chiaroscuro effect, or a contrast between light and dark, seen very frequently in Renaissance paintings by artists such as Da Vinci or Caravaggio. The sense of chiaroscuro is heightened by a singular light source coming from the right side of the painting and casting theatrical shadows on the woman and the curtains in the background. Lying on top of this dramatic, sleeping woman is what can be identified as an incubus. Incubi, or demons, are present in literature and artwork as a representation of the supernatural, as well as concepts such as darkness and morbidity. They are said to lie on top of, torment, and even have sexual intercourse with women while they are sleeping, said causing the nightmares. I'm not sure how other women would feel about that, but it certainly raises feelings and emotions of fright and concern within myself. The demon, looking out to the viewer of the painting, has a cold and demonic look in his eye that the viewer might find unsettling. This says something about the painting and the type of emotions Fuseli had intended his audience to feel. Also present in the background is a crazed-looking horse. According to a friend of Fuseli's, the horse was not present in the original drawing and was later added to the painting. The forced presence of the horse poking its head through the curtains may stand to symbolize the sexual violation of the sleeping woman. The presence of this horse is kind of an artistic pun, as the painting was named The Nightmare, and there is a mare, or a horse, in it. But in reality, the nightmare itself is said to be the result of the demon possessing or invading the woman while she is sleeping and vulnerable. As suggested by Freudians, the incubus in the painting may be symbolic of the male libido, or the position of the woman's body may suggest a sexual openness about her. Mentioned in Gothic literature such as The Fall of the House of Usher and Frankenstein, the painting also relates to themes of darkness and Gothicism. Actually, this painting is also seen in modern-day media as well. I recently watched a show on Netflix called The Fall, which initially attracted my attention because Gillian Anderson plays a main role in the show. And The Fall is about a sociopathic serial killer who tends to target young women. Gillian Anderson plays a special investigator attempting at capturing the serial killer, and while he breaks into her room one night while she is there, he leaves an electronic version of Fuseli's painting as a warning that he had been in her room at the same time as her while she was vulnerable and unaware. The symbolism of this painting in the show The Fall evokes a great discomfort in Gillian Anderson's character, as she feels violated and disturbed by the presence of this killer. So, to conclude the analysis of this Gothic painting, the name The Nightmare is derived from mythology in which the demonic spirit torments sleepers and creates an uncomfortable weight on their chest during sleep. Through the use of chiaroscuro, the juxtaposition of light and shadow, the painting is dramatized to explore themes of darkness in the unconscious mind. The prominent themes of sexuality and morbidity that evoke a strong emotion in the viewer are what makes this painting a strong example of Gothic horror and Romanticism. On that note, I hope you've enjoyed my podcast on Henry Fuseli's The Nightmare, and thanks for listening.